Hey everybody, this is Ardoom coming back to you for another exciting episode of Let's Play Darkest Dungeon. I've had a chance overnight to have a quick check of my channel analytics, and I've been so happy and so heartened to see so many of you watching, particularly over the last 40 hours, people in Germany. So, willkommen meine deutschen Freundin, which is almost all of the German that I have. No, I sprechen keine Deutsche. But in any case, multilingualism aside, we've decided on a quest to start things off. I really want a sun ring. It complements the sun cloaks that I've been rocking quite often. And who knows, in the Crimson Court upgrade, these actually might form a matched set, which gives me additional bonuses. In any case, we have 4 portraits and a little bit of gold, taking out a bit of an unusual party, a Hellion, a Man-at-Arms, an Occultist, who I feel like just having a chance to play with a little bit, and then a Houndmaster that I desperately want to level up so I can go for a 4-hound party at some stage and look at a different approach to bosses. We could also go for a boss bash down here, but I don't like my chances for the Brigade 8-pound, 12-pounder with this party. Can definitely take with my level 4s, but I really want this Sun Ring first and foremost. So let's provision up and get started. 2 Holy Waters, 2 Skeleton Keys, 2 Shovels, what am I missing? 2 Medicinal Herbs. It's a long map, so we'll take 3 torches and 3 food, and that should be plenty, I think. Yeah, let's do that. We are all good in the hood. Everything's been neatly organized. We're probably gonna get rid of the dog treats because I always forget to use them. And let's press on. Hopefully I provisioned sufficiently for long. Hopefully I haven't overly provisioned for long. Let's just see how we do. In the meantime, I hope you guys have been having fun watching these. I've noticed that quite a few guys have been coming back to watch your way through playthroughs, so thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it.
Against the swine, you must first scout their squalid homes.
Oh wow, this is a lot of rooms. So what's my optimal path here? It's going to be up, down, through, and around, maybe. Who knows? Just got to explore 90% of rooms. We can do it. Let's press on, and that Houndmaster I think is going to have a pretty good chance this arm. Yeah, 100%. And let's press on. Also want to shout a thanks and a welcome to all of my American and British friends who have been stopping by to watch as well. I just found it funny that I had quite as many Germans as I did, because I look German, I don't sound it, and I'm surprised that you guys are watching, to be honest. But thank you. First combat, and we get a surprise on them, which is absolutely fantastic. Not sure if I've got the right abilities stocked up on this Hellion, but I've been liking the idea of dropping bleeds into Warren's base matches, because the resistances are normally pretty slow. With that said, I can probably get some good damage on position 3, maybe even the chance for an insta-kill. Let's give it a shot. 10 damage, and yes, absolutely dead. Next up, we can look at a stab right here to do some damage. Again, it's more damage against Eldritch. Could do a pull or drop into Abyssal Artillery, but that would be redundant at this stage. Let's do a stab. And it's a dodge, which is fine. This guy's only a level 1 Lobby, and that's to be expected from time to time. Could look at going for the insta-kill here. I could try and activate a riposte, or I could try and do a stun and knockback. For the moment, because these guys are stressors, let's try and go for the insta-kill. Only 4 damage so far, but I think I can finish things off with a Hound's Hurry. Yep, 2 damage plus 2 bleed. No, 1 bleed. That's right, he's only level 1. So not quite dead in this turn. We will take a bit of stress damage, which is concerning, because we don't really have a strong... Whoa, 28 stress. Okay. Wow, those charms must be really doing business. Again, 0 damage, and Bad Humans has dropped, as well as 14 stress. I'm starting to get ever so slightly worried about my stress levels. It's only the first battle. Let's follow up with a stab there and go in for the kill.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Alright, accuracy stone, bust, and that's my inventory practically full. Let's press on regardless. Need to keep a close eye on this Houndmaster's everything, to be honest, because that level of stress is deeply concerning to me. Curious is kicking off a check for gold.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy.
And again, as I said, I always forget to use dog treats, so I will just swap those out now for the stack to start picking up loose change. part of the usual suspects, but we get a surprise on them, which is absolutely fantastic. Radiant Light is on the low end of things, but let's drop a Iron Swan in the back row, hoping for a kill there, but it isn't quite enough. 4 damage left in place. Probably drop an Abyssal Artillery just to get us in a safer place, and that piggy is down and out. Could look at a Hound's Rush to focus damage here, and I think that's going to be a pretty good call. Don't really have a huge opportunity to get bleed on these guys, and that has not taken, so let's just make sure that Stressor is out of action. Crit for 19, very nice. Again, I just can't take much more stress on my Houndmaster without camping. Good dodge, Occultist. Very good dodge. Once drops down on the Man-at-Arms, and that is absolutely critical damage, and a Blight is taken as well, but I'm not too concerned about that because there are things that can be done. No chance for an insta-kill on either of these two chaps, no chance of any damage over time, and Abyssal Artillery is out of position, so let's just try and drop something to start supporting the Swine Chopper, knowing full well that I should be able to take out the Carrion Eater with a single hit from the Hellion. Very nicely done. Pressing onwards, a little bit of damage coming through on that Blight, but I'm not too concerned. We'll try and get a stun though. If I can get a stun, that would be very handy. Resistance of 25 makes that useful, and my Hellion does have a position at 3 based attack. Given the state of things, I'm going to try for a stress heal. Doesn't do an amazing job, but that's life sometimes. We'll drop an If It Bleeds here, with a pretty good chance of dropping a bleed. Only 1 damage. Oh, 3 damage. Nicely done. That stab also has range. The question is whether I should be focusing on healing up the... Yeah, you have some health to go away. Chance for a bleed. Let's drop a Weird Reconstruction and 0 heal, but no bleed. Just wasted a turn. That happens sometimes. Let's drop some damage right here, and we've cleared things up. So that gold stacks quite nicely, but unfortunately the food is not a going proposition. I want those deeds. I can probably...
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Wow, that's a great scout. Okay, so I know I've got a lot of rooms to cover. I also know that I could just do an early camp, because this situation is just going to get worse as time goes on. Look, what I do want to have, though, is deeds over shitty trinkets, and everything else is going to have to fall by the wayside. Shouldn't have used that torch there, unfortunately. Made the wrong call in that instance, but I think I can get that food back pretty handily. Let's take care of some stress in this particular instance if we can, because that would be amazing. Do I have anything here? Nope, nope. Nope. All companions. Self only, negative 20 stress. Yes, please. Fortunately, I can't do that multiple times. All companions, negative 10 stress. Not required. Self only. Yes, reducing party chance surprise and increasing our chance is completely fine by me. Let's look for anything at all that can help with this chappy's stress. Negative 15% for battles, negative 30. Okay, nothing for healing that Blight either. Not looking like we have an amazing amount of stuff that we can do. Can buff myself though. All companions plus 4 damage and plus crit. Yep, that's worth doing. And let's reduce the occultist chance of stress. There we go. That's a camp done. We've taken care of a stack of food as well. I could probably get that food back, but I know this room is here and I can come back to it if I desperately need it and I can afford the torch. Fortunately, the chance to disarm is 100%, which means I'm highly confident I will be getting that down and taken care of stress-wise. That Blight is now completely clear, and we'll check the sack for contents. Small change, and it stacks very handily. Let's press on through. Again, we don't have any abilities that buff our torch in a meaningful way, but we also know we aren't walking into any trouble particularly, so I'm not too concerned. Keep using traps to mitigate stress levels, and we have an additional torch here for the taking. Excellent. Well, so again, I thought the route that I would take would be down through here and like this. Really comes down to whether or not I want to be doing corridor battles excessively or not. Similarly, let's see what we get in the scout. Alright, just a single empty room. I could just go down here and double back and then clear those out. Again, those curios could be worthwhile, and I take minimal torch impact from doing those side roads. But let's make that call later. In the meantime, we have a corridor battle coming up, which is going to have some pretty healthy buffs applied to it. Unfortunately, it's just 2 Carrion Eaters, which means this is going to be a relatively simple combat. Nicely done. We'll drop a stab here, and that could well be done. Not quite. We'll try for the stress heal because, you know, why not? Doesn't take, that's alright, and go for the crush right about the round. Professionally done. No huge surprises by any measure, and let us press onwards. Empty room, we know that already. We'll just have a check to see if we have anything surprising coming up. Curio room, that's nice, and a treasure room as well. Well, that's always worth checking out. Love me a curio room. Do not have any bandages, so I'm not going to take the chance unless anyone has like a absurd bleed resistance. 60%, 60%, 50%, and 60%. Well, I could chance it, but I'm not going to because stress is a problem for me. Okay. A couple of munchers and a drummer. Out of position though for an Iron Swan, which is silly. I should have noticed that earlier, but I will at least take out a muncher. Nicely done. Could try and drop some back row damage in a focused way. Might be able to follow things up with an Abyssal Artillery for the kill. So I'm going to take that chance. That's 10 damage done. He's going to have 4 damage in his first turn. So let's try the Abyssal Artillery. 5 to 7 damage, so it's pretty much an insta-kill. Yep, it takes, and we've taken away their most important unit in this particular battle. Munch drops, and double dodges. Love me double dodges. Only thing better than double dodge is a triple dodge. Only thing better than triple dodge is a quintuple dodge. And the only thing better than a quintuple dodge is the dodge pentagram, which is very appropriate in the Darkest Dungeon. Take another plight on the Man-at-Arms, but that's completely fine. Looking at what we can do, definitely want to deny them a turn, which we've done quite handily. And when things come up again, look, I could focus a heal here. He's going to have some more damage coming, but he's got the hit points to make it work, and I don't mind taking health lottery with the Man-at-Arms. Rounds over. Everything should stack. It does. Time for a quick reposition, and from memory, this requires a Holy Water to give us a buff until camp. Let's do a quick check. Just ignore everything you're seeing there, guys. I'm going to refer back to Karamazula's handy-dandy cheat sheet, and it tells me that the Sacrificial Stone gives me a 50-50 chance of a beneficial quirk or stress, which means I can safely ignore that because it's a piece of excrement. Yes, excrement. Hopefully YouTube doesn't deem that to be a cuss. Picked up an emerald. That's actually a relatively decent-ish haul. No surprises expected in this particular room unless, you know, my best friend the Collector shows up. And we have choices to make about what route we're going to take. We can either go all the way down and around in a spiraling-like pattern, or we can advance towards what we know is happening. Since I know for a fact that I've got myself a trap coming up, I'm going to... Nope. Too late. Alright, stash treasures. Fine. Alright, let's... Can't carry it with me, so I may as well use it, right? Alright. Know we have some traps, and I would prefer to know I have traps than not know that I have traps, or to not know if there are traps. Game theory, it's a thing. Coming into a treasure battle room, and we are looking just fine. A couple of swine wretches, a slasher, and a chopper. Need to make sure I'm taking care of those stressors in the promptest fashion possible, so I'm going to drop a Abyssal Artillery for a comfortable 7 damage. We'll take some stress, though, on the Hellion, and probably... Oh, Syphilis! Well, she's been playing where she shouldn't have. A little bit of stress there, but no diseases, which is fine by me. Take out that Swine Wrench now, because I do not want to take another round of Syphilis if I can help it. Hook where it hurts, does 2 damage, but no additional problems. Could get a stun here from the Ball and Chain, let's see. Nope, just moved out of... Oh, yes, okay, taking a stun and moved out of position. Things could be problematic there. Chance to, well, guarantee kill on the Swine Wrench before it doesn't dodge. Pretty close to high confidence on the Swine Slasher, or I could start dropping bleeds. Look, let's just take care of the damage we know he can make. Crit for 16, and that should take care of some stress as well. And the body's cleared, so everyone can strike those front rows, get a crush in place, and have a pretty good chance of taking the slasher out. I haven't been using this guy's buff abilities at all, or debuff abilities, I should say. So that's a bit of a funny one. Let's try and get some damage here, just to make sure that we're denying them a turn and squeezing out as much damage as we possibly can. We've got the chance to stun. Don't mind if I do. Nicely done. That takes just the nick, which means I can either reposition or I can do a bit of another bleed with... Oh, crit for 14. Beautiful. 4 damage. He's dead next turn. All I have to do is faff. That's all I have to do, which is a lovely problem to have. Let's try for a party stress debuff, and that's 8 gone. I'll try and do a weird construction on myself. That's 8 up and no bleed. That's as perfect as it gets, and let's see if there is anything that's worth doing at this stage. The answer is no. Let's just spend the turn repositioning and doing ourselves a bit of a buff on the off chance I decide to go down south. Gorgeous. So we have some junk and some good stuff. No matter what happens, we're looking pretty. We do need to get 90% of rooms. It wouldn't be a bad thing to go this way. It wouldn't be a bad thing to go this way. Either way, it's kind of a no-brainer. What I will do, though, before I open up this treasure room... I'm just trying to make some complicated decisions here. I'm being silly. I should stop worrying about it. Let's use a key here and see what we get. Hidden compartment and everything... not almost. Almost everything is stackable, which is fine by me. I could drop this holy water. There aren't that many things in the wheel that let me... Sorry, the warrens that are useful with holy water. Let's do a quick check, though, back on the cheat sheet. In the warrens, we have... Pile of bones. I think I can afford to get rid of... Let's give this guy a buff and start collecting more money. I'm sure this is going to be a pile of bones that I'm going to be experiencing right here. Again, I've already had that scouted, and I know it's empty, which is why I'm going down this way. Nope, it's just a bit of the old knife block. I'm going to press on this way and loop back. Again, once it's been scouted and I know there's nothing there, I can just avoid it because it's a waste of torches. And even though I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I should say 9 blocks, it still takes up less torch than going straight. Well, it takes about the same as going straight there. Actually, I'm completely wrong there. That's ridiculous. Ignore me. Right, let's torch up as we enter this vacant room. Superb. Now, we can go down this way and then around again. We've got options, but I do want to take out that corridor battle because I could use the loot and the XP and the everything. And it's just a couple maggots. They are surprised. I get to jump on them. This has been a fairly easy combat round, but again, I tend to find that the longs are on the easier side of things. Focus damage in the back row right there. Crit for 16. Very nice. And 7 stress reduced. Out of position, so I can't do diddly with the occultists. That's a very naughty Ardoom. You should be more focused on the game. Insta kill on the maggot position 2 with the Hellion as well. Stress has been reduced and mopped up handily, despite the fact that I didn't have the best positions sorted out in the initial.
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Not worried about the food situation by any measure. Stress is fine, health is fine. Let us press on. Torch up and more maggots. Nothing to worry about though, because again, we have the surprise. Considering doing a Hound's Harry and following up with a debuff, because that's pretty strong as far as things go. Dropping Abyssal Artillery to take care of the back row. Nicely done, guys. Could probably guarantee the kill. Nice. And then we've got one lost strike here, which didn't even get a turn in. All I'm doing is removing my stress with critical hits. So,
Slow and insidious killer.
yep, I've been reminded. I've got 2 Curios if I go this way. I've got 1 Curio if I go this way. Torch situation isn't amazing, but it's not shabby either. Let's just go the direct route regardless. Just a flap of skin, which I don't particularly care for. I've got a free inventory slot now, so
The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
we could backtrack and check out that Curio, but I'm not that curious. Could be critical. Oh, but my god, that's perfect. Alright, which quirk do I need to get rid of? You have so many quirks. So many negative quirks. You have quite a few bad quirks. Wait, I'm sorry, what was the occultist? Faithless. Alright, let's take care of a negative quirk on the Houndmaster, because every quirk that he has is a quirk that I hate. There we go. And Zoophobia. Fantastic. Well, given that we are fighting beasts, that kind of comes in pretty handy. Let's press on and torch up. Our torch situation is now officially not fantastic. Carrion Eater, Swine Chopper, Drummer, and a Wretch. They get no surprise, but that's okay because I can start doing some pretty early damage on the back rows of the Abyssal Artillery. 6 and a 5, nothing to sneer at by any measure. If I can follow things up with a Hound's Rush, I can pretty much be certain of a kill on either the Wretch or the Drummer. Drummer does broad damage, Wretch does focus damage and diseases, and he is absolutely dead in the next turn. Could go for a Iron Swan to finish the deal, but I'm not going to. If it bleeds, it should be more than sufficient. And they have no stressors left in game, which is just perfect by my books. That Munch will take for 1 damage and a Blight, but I have a self-heal on that Houndmaster, so I'm not worried. Can look at trying to take away his action, or I could try and debuff their speed. No, look, let's... Dead is better than stun, even if you aren't denying them an action. You want to make sure that you're staying focused and getting the kills that you need. That's 6 damage to come through. Or might need to think about a heal. I'll think about a heal on the Man at Arms. But again, things have been playing in my favor quite healthily, so I'm not too concerned. Drop a Crush in place, that's 10 damage. He's got 3 HP left. And I think that's going to be the kill. Ladies and gentlemen, that was well done. That was very well done indeed. Let's look at a buff for the Man at Arms, because you seem to get your fair share of debuff attacks and bleeds and blights coming through. Oh no, leave it alone. Okay, you found some supplies. That's nice. Let's have a chomp of that food. Okay, no bleeds, and I can leave behind that small change. Absolutely. Pressing on, those are all of the blights and malices done and dusted. Just need to carry through into this room, which is an empty, and we're pretty close to finishing this map now. These longs, they go for a while. They're often not that challenging. I do get a bit anxious though when I'm doing longs in the... Oh, really? You're just gonna get... Okay, fine, extra supplies, no worries. Can't do diddly with them though, so... How are we looking? I'm not going to need that food. I'm not going to need that much food. I'm just going to... Alright, you're full. You're not. No one else can eat anything. Okay, pressing on. Again, we were somewhat over-provisioned when it came to food. Okay for torches, so I think the 2.5 stacks makes sense for longs, provided the longs aren't too long. Now, on this one, we'll start with the Abyssal Artillery. That's absolutely certain. Right, not incredible damage, but nothing to sneer at. Iron Swan to the back, and kill on a crit of 22, which is beautiful. Can look to get a guaranteed kill on the last position, which it will. And we've got one last kill to drop here. So not a complete wipe on turn 1. But I can't expect it every time, and we get a great dodge. They get no meaningful actions, and it is back to our turn. Go for an if it bleeds, no, wicked hack, and that's a kill. 2 portraits. 2 portraits to consider. I have a high confidence that those shovels aren't going to be strictly necessary, so we'll drop those in place. Now I'm going to have a free inventory slot as well from that key that I'm about to use right this very second. And, well, that was worth doing.
Are often low on supplies.
No scouting information this time around, so we're just going to have to take our chances on traps. Do take 5 damage and a bleed. But I'm not too concerned. Before I enter this room, though, what I will do is eat some of the superfluous food that we have. There we go. Plenty of food for a hunger check. Not really concerned about things. We'll drop a camp before I leave this place, though. I get rid of every little bit of stress that I can. Abyssal Artillery does some nice damage. I think it's going to be a Hound's Harry across the line to make sure that we get the kills that we want. Go in for an if it bleeds here, but unfortunately that does shuffle the rows a bit. drop a Hound's Harry, and that takes out
Impressive.
one, guarantees the death of a second,
A death I
and they get one attack in, which is dodged. Alright, so another round with absolutely no consequences. Boom.
foolish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
Ah! Secret room. But we're out of keys. Alright, we're going to have to do some curio hunting to see if we can find some keys. Not too concerned about the medicinal herbs at this particular moment, because all it can do is really give me food and a chance of bonuses. Let's drop that there. No, I want to see if I can pick up the stuff in that secret room. That's for sure. All right, let's press on now. What's your chance to disarm? 70%. Ah, bad odds, and I take some more stress damage there, unfortunately. So he's gonna be the focus of my de-stressing. Let's check the sack's contents there, and I'm hoping for a key, and I'm not getting one, unfortunately. Fortunately, I'm okay for Torchlight, so I can kind of keep going for a bit. Chance of a battle dropping a key is pretty limited, and actually, you know what? That's a hunger check. Let's just call time now, because I don't want to take the chance of... Alright, let's do this.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
We know that if he's eaten, that... That's right, we don't have any remove stress from other people abilities, unfortunately. Right, let's take care of the chance of surprise. Self only. All companions, negative 10 stress. Yep. It's as good as we can get it, unfortunately. I think. Let's increase your chance to crit. And what do we have left? Sure. So that takes care of that.
Struck. A blazing star is born.
We've got some inventory slots, and we're not expecting a hunger check anytime soon, so let's press on and chance it. Let's just chance it for a little bit. Want to make sure that we're coming home with as much in our pockets as we can. Insta-kill on the Spitter. Very nicely done. Go for a sacrificial stab. And not quite enough for a kill, but a Hound's Harry should be able to take that across the line. Good dodge on the Occultist. We'll get a kill on the front row, and that is such overkill. Literally more life than he had by a factor of 3. And Hound's Rush right here. Well mopped up indeed. That food will eat straight away. Probably dispose of it as well. And we enter a battle room.
Spirits are lifted.
More Spidey Spiders. And, yep, take out that back row handily. Probably drop a sacrificial stab here as well, or... No, there we go. 5 damage, so a Hound's Harry should mop things up when the time comes. 3 damage taken, and no blight. Fantastic. Spit drops in, and it's a crit for 7, which is impressive, and we take some stress across the party. That debuff as well is going to be a problem, but we'll... Oh, I was going to say deny them in action, but we cannot. Right, Hound's Harry. At least one of them is dead for next turn. Bleed coming through. And this has been the worst round of combat we've had so far. But that's, you know, not the end of the world. No stun. Marked though. Just need to make sure we're taking care of these guys quickly and effectively. Done, and Dunsky. Bite there on the back row. That's dodged. And I could do a self-heal. Let's do a self-heal. Let's do a self-heal and rely on somebody else to finish the job. Up! That's a dodge. This is a slippery spider. But he can't escape for long. I'm glad I took that one, though.
Trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Let's have a quick nosh. Drop some busts, which will come in handy. That shovel, I think, is going to be more useful than the bandages. But you know what? Given the way things are, let's just swap out the torches, because there is not long left in this dungeon. Corridor battle as we go in. Nicely done. Get the surprise. And let's take care of business. Bit of damage on the back row is probably going to be a better chance than anything else. So let's start the pain train. We do have the stun on these guys, so I'm not overly concerned. Alright, stress is gone, which means what I have to worry about is hit point damage and the odd disease. Only one left, and hopefully the man-at-arms can take them out. Under control. Everything stacks, which means I am just richer.
Push on to the task's end.
Just richer, which is not a problem at all. I'm going to be going through here, doubling back to the secret room, and even though I don't have a key to unlock the glittering prizes that are held within, I will still pick up whatever it is it makes available to me. Have another room battle though, which could present an opportunity. Let's just pick this up and see what we get. Yeah, small change because we don't have the right stuff. Do have another battle here in the corridor. And these humans, you know, I could be getting greedy on this one, but I think I'm going to not have too much. Oh, double dodge. Okay, this could be the end. Let's debuff their dodge and speed, though. Hopefully these take. Yes, they do. Iron Swan on the back row. Very nice critical. And time for a focused attack on... let's just get some bleeds going. Takes on... two-thirds of them. Slice and dice drops, dodge and a damage, debuff but no bleed. This could be a blanket fire. Of course there is, but pretty minor damage as far as things go. A few debuffs dropping as well. Shank on the occultist, and he takes some. Yeah, well, he's bleeding, but you know, he's kind of made to bleed. Let's try for the kill on the Fusilier, and we get it. That stress is now gone quite handily. Start contributing some damage on the first position. Contributing damage, we crit him. We crit him damn good. Go for a wicked hack right here, 9 damage. And then for the coup de grace, there we go, taken care of. Bit more gold.
Triumphant pride precipitates.
Sure, why not? And press on. We're going to double back for just a little bit more of a chance at good stuff. Curios. Could be nothing. Don't really have any things to unlock them and make them more powerful. Yeah, no, it's done. Let's get out of here. Let's stop being greedy. Don't need to clear off everything. We are coming for the Sun Ring. We're leaving with the Sun Ring. And we also have a decent stack of glittering prizes. Over 18k in gold. Nice haul of crests. 6 deeds, 7 portraits in all, and 8 busts, which puts us well on the way to getting our next stack of upgrades. Houndmaster up to level 3, but is now a Stress Eater, but crit range is fantastic. Moving up from the bottom, Ruminator and Wheel Tactician. Neither amazing nor bad. Plus 15 healing while camping. Don't really care particularly. Stout is stout, and it is what it is. Let's get back into Hamlet.
Trouble yourself not with the cost of this crusade.
No crazy events.
Its noble end affords you broad tolerance in your choice of means.
Our stress levels are just fantastically low, which I'm incredibly grateful for. Compulsion's been removed, Fear of the Eldritch has been removed, get some upgrades, and no diseases cured in the last round because there weren't any diseases that were worth doing. Guys, I have some housekeeping to do to make sure that my party is in the best possible shape for the next round of combat. But in the meantime, if you guys have enjoyed this, I would absolutely love it and appreciate it if you could hit that like button. If you've been enjoying these videos overall, please do subscribe. Should be putting out a couple of these videos every single day until someone is foolish enough to employ me. In the meantime, I've been Ardoom, and I'll catch you guys next time.